which recognizes and acknowledges the first people of this ancestral and unceded territory of the Fernandano Tataviam Band of Mission Indians that is now occupied by our campus of California State University Northridge. Honors their elders, past and present, and the descendants who are citizens of the Fernandano Tataviam Band of Mission Indians. Associated Students recognizes that the tribe is still here and we are committed to lifting up their stories, culture, and community. And now moving on to roll call.
Vice President Henry. Senator Abrams. Senator Gomez.
Here.
Senator Ortiz.
Here.
Senator Basilio.
Here.
Senator Cabrera.
Here.
Senator Contreras. Here. Thank you. Senator Kuhn.
Here.
Thank you. Senator Garcia.
Here.
Senator Gavin. Senator Carca. Here. Senator Kirka. Senator Ramos.
Here.
Senator Umar.
Here.
Senator Vicente.
Here.
Thank you. We have quorum.
Thank you. And we will now move on to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion? Senator Umana?
I move to approve the agenda for September 15th, 2025.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Diaz-Gomez, is there any discussion? Vice President Geminiano Aragon?
I move to amend the agenda to change under new business to approve the following appointments: Christopher Simone, Lily Corman, Engineering Sciences Center. That's line item A.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Basilio, is there any discussion on the amendment? Vice President Geminiano Aragon?
So I just wanted to make appointments first. That way, if approved, Alejandro can get back to his seat. If he wanted to run for any of the Senate representatives for the committee, he could be able to.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of approving the amendment to move line item B into line item A and then move line item A into line item B can you please raise your hand? Thank you. This passes unanimously. Now moving on to the original motion, the approval of the agenda as amendment. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Thank you. This passes unanimously. Moving on to the approval of the minutes, is there a motion? Senator Basilio?
I move to approve the minutes for September 8th, 2025.
Thank you. For September 8th. Can you restate the motion, please?
I move to approve the minutes for September 8th, 2025.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Kunanen, is there any discussion? Vice President Geminiano Aragon?
I move to amend the minutes of September 8, 2025 to change the recorded motion result from MSC to MSF under unfinished business.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Or is there a second? Sorry. Senator Basilio, is there any discussion? Vice President Geminiano Aragon?
So MSC means motion seconded and carried. MSF means motion seconded and failed. Right now it shows that the failed motions passed.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes for September 8th, 2025's amendment, please raise your hand. Thank you. This passes unanimously. Now moving back to the original motion of approving the minutes as amended for September 8th, 2025. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Thank you. This passes unanimously. Moving on to our special presentations from the Career Center, I would like to invite Kimberly Morales and Esther Lanier to the podium.
Hello, there we go. Good morning. My name is Esther Lanier, and I'm the Associate Director for Employee Relations at Career Center. And we're here to tell you all about the different events and activities that are taking place with the Career Center. And I also like to introduce my colleague, Kimberly Morales. She's the career specialist, career counselor for the Career Center. So she'll share with you some of the events that are taking place.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So we wanted to highlight specific workshops and events that are happening with the Career Center. Sorry, I'm gonna move this. So one specific career series that we have launched is called Launching Your Career Series. This is a specifically curated series to focus on the different aspects that the career journey brings. So we have different workshops such as the resume guide and interviewing, building your brand, preparing for the career fair, and identifying transferable skills. So all these workshops are meant and created to kind of target different parts and portions that are important to the career journey. So we highly encourage you all to take a look at these events and promote them, as it's important for students to target every part of their career journey, not just a specific part, as it is an entire like series of events that need to work to getting students to where they want to go in the future. And then some other important events we have coming up are the career fairs. So we have the STEAM Career Fair, which is more for STEM students, happening on September 24th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then we have our graduate school fair, which is October 8th from 11 to 2 p.m. And our larger kind of career fair, which is happening on October 23rd, and that's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So there's a variety of events, as you can see. So we really want to promote and recommend students to look at the Career Center website, as that's where you can find more specifics on the events.
And lastly, I wanted to share that our goal is to create a different engaging experience with the students. So for both career fairs this semester, we'll be hosting an employer networking breakfast prior to the career fair itself. So please encourage students to come to that. We definitely have a good lineup of employers are eager to meet one-on-one in that more intimate setting with the students in the breakfast portion of it. Any questions for us? Yes.
Could I get the date one more time for the STEAMY Career Festival or STEAMY Career Fair?
Yes, the STEAMY Career Fair, it's actually taking place next week, the 24th, September 24th. And the fall is October 23rd. Any other questions for us? All right, well, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here this morning. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you. That will conclude our special presentations. We will now move on to open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associated Student Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes. Hello, James.
It's just faster if while you're talking, I come up here and start writing my name too. Good morning, everybody. For those of you who don't know, my name is James Forster, and I serve as the AS Programs Manager. Just here to give you all an update on our programs for this week. So Well, of course, we'll have our recurring programs that'll be happening this week. So on Tuesday, tomorrow, we'll have the farmers market out on Lily Avenue and over in Matador Square there. And we're looking to hopefully have some live music there. We're kind of figuring that kind of stuff out right now. But the farmers market there from 10 to 2:30. The vendors will be selling food. And then on Thursday, we'll also be having a Thursday thrift event where we give away free clothing. If any of you have any clothing that just you're allowed there, they don't fit, you're welcome to also donate clothes at that event. So if you have stuff, just set a reminder to bring clothes on Thursday and we will take it and take a look at it. If it's good, we'll put it on the rack for somebody else to take. So that's Thursday from 10 to 2. And then this week, pop-up event, Wednesday is going to be our annual mental health awareness fair. So we're working with University Counseling Services on this event, along with a lot of other great resources here on this campus. So our mental health awareness fair will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we'll have Pause to Share, which is an organization that brings therapy dogs. They'll be out there as well too. A lot of other great resources. So I hope to see those events. So number Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Square, Library Lawn, and then Baramian Lawn. So we're just moving east to west, essentially. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here for open forum?
President Saravia, Vice President, Cabinet, Senate, and other members. I come to you today to talk about the approval of my appointment as Engineering and Computer Science Senator for the Andrew J. Anagnost College of Engineering and Computer Science. Since last Senate meeting, I changed my class schedule to accommodate for a Senate meeting time, so they will no longer conflict. This was not an easy decision to make, but I promised myself to commit to the role when I ran for the position last spring. As I shared previously, I plan to graduate in 4 years, and unfortunately, I changed my class schedule does not affect this. I hope that I can continue to serve the students and continue to serve them in a compassionate and collaborative way. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here for open forum?
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Christopher Simonian. First, I would like to personally thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today. I very much appreciate it. If time permits, I have prepared a personal letter in regards to my appointment for the Lobby Corps Committee. If the opportunity were to be given to read that out to you all for today's meeting, it would be very much appreciated. Okay. Dear President Saravia, Vice President Imandarada, and Associate Student Senate Body. My name is Christopher Simonian, and I am a student at California State University of Northridge. I am leaving to express my interest in joining the Associate Student Lobby Corps Committee and to demonstrate my qualifications as a candidate. Here at California State University of Northridge, I am majoring in political science, specifically law and society. With my bachelor's degree in legal, I plan to enter law school and ultimately join my cousin Tom in the legal field. As a young man, I know far too well what it looks like to have my identity speak before my thoughts, concerns, and ideas. My dreams for my future are rooted in flipping the status quo of a straight, male-dominated legal field, where so many cases of sexual assault, workplace discrimination, and domestic violence are left unnoticed, unchecked, and allowed to wreak havoc on so many underrepresented demographics. My junior year of higher education was one of the hardest years of my life. I was faced with the loss of my beautiful grandmother, who had the most significant influence on me growing up. From helping me practice my English in the third grade to sewing my high school football jersey back together, she did it all. This motivated me to academically challenge myself by going to 2 pro seminars and 3 400 classes last semester. I thought instead of grieving her loss, I could show not only her, but also myself that I am capable of championing new opportunities and difficult tasks. The semester ended with me earning a 3.8 GPA. This endeavor was not only learning to me, but will forever remind me what turning grief into hard work and determination can do. My academic record reflects the discipline and determination that I strive to deliver in every single one of my courses and extracurriculars. My GPA displays that I have what it takes to put my mind to something and deliver above and beyond what is required of me. My public administration courses have given me the necessary knowledge to not turn my back on the political world, to embrace it, and hope that one day I can contribute to shining light on marginalized communities and giving a voice to victims of abuse. The lobby court here at CSUN is focused on analyzing legislation that pertains to students, along with student advocacy. I truly believe that my ambition of civic engagement and my passion for becoming a voice for people who may not feel comfortable speaking up for themselves makes me the perfect fit for lobby court. With my time on the committee, I plan to shed light on the lack of accessible student transportation, along with the inaccessibility of educational resources for students, and uncover where exactly this inaccessibility stems from. I want to further expand the goals of lobby court beyond our institution and possibly shed light on the living conditions that some of our Northridge natives are under, and how this has both a direct and indirect impact on our student body as well as our community. With my appointment comes a time constraint that I unfortunately am under. I've spent the last 3 years of my academic journey crafting a 6-month time period where I will be awaiting graduation and have no academic obligation. This time period is when I will be studying for the LSAT for my law school journey. This entails that I would have to unfortunately depart from the lobby court come this December. However, I urge you to look at this time condition as an incentive. This time condition will allow me to maximize my time and ensure that the mobilization of CSUN student voices, as well as further expand the goals of lobby court within the legislative body, is done promptly and efficiently. I ask you, President Saravia, Vice President Mindiano, and the Associate Student Senate body to allow me to use my last semester here at this wonderful institution as a force for change, and to leave a mark on the school that opens so many doors for my future by working within the lobby court in the fall 2025 semester. Thank you.
Thank you. So anyone else here for a vote? Okay, if not, to report started with me. Good morning. So happy to spend time with you guys to start with. I just wanted to remind you guys as well that we have to end the Senate at 11 today. So unfortunately, due to time constraint, discussions will be limited to one comment or one question per person. This week, after our city got to executive director, discussed some goals and some it's been transitioning into this room, especially with the upcoming year. I have T department to that could be for the student body and how this can continue to support the city in trying to get as much student feedback as possible. I attended this attending the faculty senate right after. We discussed as well the so the conversations were pictures here at city. So athletic directors, school research committee, and finally, and so we're discussing our findings to send to the president's office starting today. We had and so I'm very excited. So I attended the CSSA Finance Committee, discussed the budget that CSSA was received on the crisis with students opting out of the surf things becoming expensive and CSSA due to a shortfall. Discussion we also discussed compensation for the vice president of system-wide affairs for the next 3 years or so that they don't have just 50% of tuition covered, they have at least 75. And the CSSA board of directors discussed policy agenda as a draft. If you guys would like to see the draft, it's also publicly accessible. Within the draft, recommendations were that's transportation initiatives on how CSSA can further public transportation accessible to our student body. Last Thursday, as you guys know, by the City of California Student Association to sign on a letter to support Senate notes to families in education to the Senator Sasha Perez, which would require local educational agencies and higher education institutions to students, staff, and other campus so education enforcement agents are confirmed to be present on our campus. Because this was such a time constraint, a signature had to make executive decision privately signed on to this bill. To this level, had to say that and I's signatures to the letter and was sent to the governor's office on Friday. By educational policies can so discussing future coursework that the university is thinking about implementing in various different colleges. This Friday. Just to talk about the big elephant. I've seen news about how the federal government has decided to cut HSI grades across the country. This will affect university to some extent. However, to apologize and to listen to this that CSUN special associated students will continue to support the Hispanic students that are coming in the future. These cuts could affect the university. However, the support that we give our students will be effective. Continue to support our Hispanic students. That being said, I'm happy to say that we get to spend the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month with guys. Today specifically was the Independence Day for Central American countries, Costa Rica, El Salvador, tomorrow Mexico will be celebrating, and September 18th, Chile will be celebrating. To start Hispanic Heritage Month, the federal government has decided to cut the help for Hispanic students is. However, this does show how important our voice is, how important it is to make sure that we have spaces to help represent Hispanic students. And we'll see in the future. Are there any questions? So,
Should we recognized?
Should we recognize?
Permission to be recognized. Her sister affairs to be considered for some stipend too. So from what we're told, President of System-wide Affairs has a lot to do with is regarding that incident. So the president is expected to be in a lot of these spaces for behalf of the CSU system and the CSU students. But as president of System-wide Affairs is also expected to be in those same places. So while the president gets 100% of tuition covered, CSU system, as president of System-wide Affairs, we are expected to do all of those duties as well. That's 50%, and that as president of System-wide Affairs to have a job because they constantly have to travel, whether that they have to attend the committees, any events that the CSU students are to be represented. And, so that it does not give enough time for any job to properly give them time off. So that is the discussion. There is no decision. It is more of have the money to do this. Is there going to be any budgetary effects to CSSA if we to cover 75% of that tuition? Again, like I mentioned, CSSA was in the shortfall. We'll be dipping into our reserves this coming. So it is highly unlikely that will happen this year or this next year. It will probably be within the next few years if the nonprofit organization is able to sustain itself within the next 3 years. Are there any other questions? No? Okay, and then that concludes my to Vice President.
Thank you, President Sarabia. Good morning. Welcome to our semester. Thank you to all senators for communicating with and your performance during our check-ins. As you all know, during last week, I successfully conducted one-on-ones with senators. I am proud of this invocation to advocating for your constituency. I hope that during our meeting, you could get an idea of the impact that you can have and guidance on how to drive change. I met with the Student Development and Transitional Programs team to discuss the new student convocation and the plans on AS presence during the programming. New student convocation is on Thursday, September 25th from 9:30 to 12:30 p.m. Senators and cabinet members are required to attend the event. Hours will count towards office hours. The only excused absences are due to class conflict. Programming and specific instruction on those will be sent out through email during our next meeting. I met with the marketing team to plan the Now series and recording episodes on the next weeks. I scheduled a council of chairs meeting as well as preparing and sending out the agendas for the standing committees. Conversations with Denise to bring back mental health Mondays for the last Mondays of the month during the semester. Our kickoff will be themed to journaling, and I'll have further updates next week. We conducted interviews for Attorney General. I am hoping that we can get a candidate into our next Senate meeting's agenda for approval. I attended the California Student Association September plenary. I sat on 2 committees. For the audit committee, we approved the financial audit of that year. And insisting on the first committee, we had a presentation on the CSU AI policies. So there are certain surveys at the CSU level that will be going on. So the Chancellor's office wants help from all of the OSs with promotion to get that feedback. I asked some of the senators questions that you had with the CSU AI policies. The first one was, is there public access to the AI contract that the CSU has with ChatGPT? The answer is yes, they have a contractors page, so all of those contracts are public. The second question was, what options are there for either the CSU system or an independent third party to verify the integrity of the private information database of the AI for the university system? The answer, contracts ensure privacy, especially for ChatGPT. It's a closed environment, so there is no validation system to make sure that the information is private. They just trust on the contract that ChatGPT has with them. And if you want, there is a page on ethical and responsible use guidance for AI integration. So if you are interested in how that page looks like, please let me know. The third question was, keeping sustainability in mind, are there any options available to the CSU system if companies fail to meet their environmental goals? Right now, the answer was that right now, they want to track and have metrics and everything. However, the big question is, how do we measure the sustainability impacts? So right now, with generative AI, there's that debate on what is more dangerous to the environment. So there are no measurements yet for if companies fail to meet their environmental goals. Everything is just on discussions right now. Okay, let's go into some reminders for all senators. Please keep in mind what to do each week by submitting forms or duties in times. It provides me with that time plan and help you. So for week 4, here is the checklist. First of all, standing committee. So this week, so you're expected to attend them on time. Remember that tardiness and absences do count towards your policies and towards your records. The legislative affairs form is also open, so if you want to start submitting them, now is the time. Then the proposal template is due on September 18th at 5 p.m. If you only have address hours on Friday, your deadline is September 19th at 5 p.m. If you have a personal event, submit your own template proposal. If the event is worked by both senators, then only one proposal shall be submitted. And you can send me that through email. I will be sending out authorization of events next week, so please do not start planning or sending invitations without prior authorization from the news and me. Personal project proposal template is due on September 25th at 5 p.m., so that's going to be next week. Please follow the introductory as well as the evidence of schedule or administrative so that I can keep track of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions on the Vice President's report?
Okay, seeing and hearing none, we'll move on to our Chief of Staff, Bulbrick's report.
Hello, everybody. So I'm just going to preface this. We're still hiring and onboarding for a few cabinet positions. So if this is a little shorter than in later weeks, that's why. So I'll start with mine. So we finalized our times for our cabinet meetings, which will be on Fridays from 2 to 3. And we also reserved a room for that, which I will be sharing with cabinet. And then I also sat in on 2 interviews for Attorney General and just assisted with that overall. And then I scheduled interviews and coordinated with the chairs of Elections Committee, DEI Committee, Lobby Corps, and Finance Committee. I also assisted with the scheduling and the interviews for some Senate positions and began preparing just for assisting with committees. I also sent out the cabinet report forms, and we started getting a schedule for that, for getting our cabinet report forms in. And just I've also started working on scheduling one-on-ones with Kiri and myself and the rest of the cabinet members, and then just me one-on-ones with the cabinet as well. And then we'll go through some of the reports. So I have for Chair of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, we're just getting the committee meetings up and running. And starting our interviews starting this week and next week. And hopefully we'll have those committee members finalized by next week. And then for Chair of Legislative Affairs, all right, so CS Unity was a massive success, and the team spent the weekend socializing and networking with the student leaders of California. They learned valuable leadership skills and programming to bring back to our campus. Caesar also worked on trainings for the Northridge East Neighborhood Council to prepare for his first meeting this Wednesday, September 17th. He's also been contacting teams that he met at CSSA for all the different CSUs so that we can organize some campus visits to other campuses and to ours. And then he's also just doing some overall trainings for his vice chair meeting for legislative affairs at CSSA and the September plenary. And then for next week, he has that council meeting, which will be this week, I guess, and just working on scheduling those tours. And then for our chair of elections, we're just starting those interviews and then finalizing those hopefully next week. And then she's also meeting with Denise to go over her calendar and then meet with marketing to work on an election theme. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions on the Chief of Staff's report?
Okay, seeing and hearing none, we will move on to our Chair of Finance, Tourette's report.
Good morning, everyone. As of September 12th, 2025, our remaining balance on our STAR account is 200,000. Unassigned contingency fund is at $612,102. Philanthropy fund 7,500, and clubs and organization travel is at 2,500. This must sound familiar from last week just because we haven't really made any purchases yet. Over the past week, I answered emails as that was one of my goals. There's a lot of them. I attended the AS Audit Committee meeting with our auditors, Cohen Resnick, as the student representative. The audit went very well. Our finances are accurate and well managed, with increased revenue, positive cash flow, and decreased liabilities. On the Finance Committee, we have received and reviewed applicants, and we will begin interviews this week. Looking ahead, I will begin working on the annual budget timeline, begin approving STAR funding requests, attend the IRA orientation and board meeting, and lastly, prepare for the MIC Leadership Conference. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions on the Chair of Finance report? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we will move past our Attorney General into our standing committee reports, if anyone has anything to report.
Hello, our first meeting will be Wednesday at 4 p.m. in the USU Executive Boardroom. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to Senator Basilio. Hello, good morning. I hope you're all excited for tomorrow. It's also at 4 p.m. the USU Executive Boardroom. Cool. Thank you. Moving on to Senator Romano's report.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's excited for our first meeting on Thursday at 4 p.m.
Thank you. Are there any questions on the committee reports? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we'll move over to our Executive Director Adams report.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. I'll first start off by saying that being back at Cal State Northridge, one of the things that I value that has been a project really ingrained within the Division of Student Affairs is a strengths-based approach, which is grounded in positive psychology. And so one of the things that you experienced at AS Development Day was an opportunity to engage in an exercise that looked at your strengths and your natural talents. That is something that we're going to continue to work with our managers and all of the professional staff, as well as our students, because I think an organization that is leveraging the natural talents of the entire organization can excel. And so I hope that as we continue your development, that we will also focus on strengths. Right now, the managers are looking at the 25-26 strategic goals. The goals are tied to divisional goals of student affairs as well as institutional goals here at Cal State Northridge. And so we spent some time looking at the goals from last year. Our focus this year will be to continue those, potentially make some adjustments in terms of how we will assess them, but to have a plan that allows us to be gathering data throughout the academic year to make sure that we're meeting our objectives. Right now, we're currently to get volunteers across campus, as well as provide opportunities for our internal staff to provide support at Big Show. And so we want to make sure that you're out there, but as well students. And so we're excited that the event is back here in the fall semester and are hoping for a big attendance. One of the things that will be happening here shortly, I think later on today, is we'll have our first internal newsletter, which I'm excited to see go out and learn what everyone else will learn about what's going on within the associate students. Last Friday, nominations closed for the HAKU conference, but we're opening up now nominations for the Distinguished Alumni Awards. We have purchased a table which will be providing for 10 members or 10 individuals from the associated students, including all of our departments, to go and be a part of that program. I think connecting to alum, as you will be future alums, is a very important part in being student leaders. And so we're, again, having that open. So if you have interest, please make sure that you express that interest. Earlier, we heard a lot about AI, and as a person who has leveraged AI, I think, in a way that simplifies some of the kinds of things that we do daily, I'm excited to share that I'm going to be a part of the CSUN Data Governance Committee. The committee meeting meets on Monday, so I have declined the meetings for the fall semester so I can be present, but I have worked with them so that in the spring semester, they will ensure that the meetings will not be scheduled for a Monday morning. However, I will be a part of the AI Data Governance Subcommittee. So I'll be definitely interested in hearing from you the concerns that you have as students and the concerns that you're hearing from other students so I can share this because this is a campus-based policy group. So those are my major items for today. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Okay, seeing and hearing none, we'll move over to our University Advisor Buckley's report.
Good morning. Just wanted to make sure you all are aware we're doing our Hazing Prevention Week program Monday, September 29th and Tuesday, September 30th, right here in the Grand Salon from 5 till 6:30. Check-in starts at 4:30. It is open to, the entire campus, but it's mandatory for fraternity and sorority organizations. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but, many of you may or may not be aware of like the federal Stop Campus Hazing Act and then the California Stop Campus Hazing Act. And as a result of that, the CSU system implemented a CSU anti-hazing policy. And in that anti-hazing policy, it now requires officers for recognized student organizations to receive hazing prevention education training. So as part of the registration process, we do require the president and the treasurer to complete our hazing prevention training. It's an online self-paced training available through Prevent. And this training is available to students, faculty, and staff to take. Everyone can log in. You just need your CSUN credentials. It's available on the website, the required trainings tab for student organizations. So, with all the different legislation and the new policy changes, there's a big focus on hazing prevention education, not only for students, but also for employees. So if you're available to attend our hazing prevention program on Monday, September 29th and Tuesday, September 30th, right here in the Grand Salon from 5 to 6:30. I encourage you to join us. We're having a guest speaker. We're still working on and contracts. So once that's done, I'll be sending out their information. I just want to share that with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions on the University Advisors Report? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we will move past our Faculty Advisors Report, unfinished business, into new business. Is there a motion to approve line item now A to approve the following appointments? Christopher Simonian for Lobby Corps member. Is there a motion? Senator Romano?
I move to approve Christopher Simonian as Lobby Corps member.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Contreras, is there any discussion? I hope that you all got to receive his bio and got to hear his words. As he had mentioned, he will only be here for a semester. However, this was brought up during the interview. We did discuss it. There is no restrictions on allowing students that are graduating in the winter to be part of Associated Students committees. I know that there is a restriction for Senate and there is a restriction for Cabinet. However, that restriction does not exist for committee members. And that decision is up to the discretion of the chair and whether the chairs feel as if they can get the support and the help that they need from this committee member, regardless of how long they are going to be here. So I just wanted to put that out there. Is there any discussion? Senator Basilio.
So there's in our bylaws that restricts that kind of thing for every other position?
That is correct.
Cool.
Is there any, Senator Cabrera Figueroa?
In regard to the candidate himself, when you had your interview, did he mention anything in depth about the civic engagement he participated in or any potential representation of groups that he may have partaken in beforehand?
So he was part of mock trial. He was part of PSSA for about a year or so. And then one of the things that he had mentioned to us that he is part of a group for Armenian students, not students, sorry, for Armenian communities within his neighborhood. And what they do, from what he had told us, was they create a sense of community as well as help advocate for different things that Armenians are facing within the communities. So he is going to talk to his local offices in regards to how they can better support the Armenian community. But that is outside of CSUN, and that is more personal. Is there any further discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we'll move on to a vote. Those in favor of approving Christopher Simone as a levy coordinator for this semester, please raise your hand. Thank you. You could put your hands down. All those opposed? Thank you. All those abstained? Thank you. This appointment passes. To the second appointment, to approve Alejandro Dominguez as the engineering and computer science center for the 2025-2026 school year. Is there a motion? Senator Gavino.
I move to approve Alejandro Dominguez as the engineering and computer science senator.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Quiroga. Is there any discussion? Is there no discussion? Are we ready to move on to a vote? Okay, thank you. All those in favor of approving Alejandro Dominguez into engineering and computer science Senate C, please raise your hand. Thank you. All those opposed? Thank you. All those abstained? Okay, this passes unanimously. Alejandro, you may take your seat. Okay, we will now move on to our now line item B to nominate and approve a Senate representative from the following committees: Finance Committee, Elections Committee, Lobby Corps, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, and Outreach and Recruitment Committee. So we will start off with our Finance Committee. Is there any nominations for Finance Committee? We cannot move past this item until someone nominates and is voted in, unless you all decide to table this. Just so you know. Senator Basilio.
A question, is there a set time for Finance Committee?
So the Finance Committee meets from, if I remember correctly, from 1 to 2:30 or 3. Give me a minute. I'm trying to look at an executive director just because I have a feeling that they might change the time.
Yes, traditionally it's at 1 o'clock. Last year it was adjusted to 12 noon. And so we may need to do a slight adjustment depending upon our Chair of Finance's schedule. But it would either be 12 to 2 or 1 to 2:30. So somewhere in that range would be the time frame. So if you
at least.
Thank you, Vice President Jimenez.
And I just wanted to remind everyone like that the hours that you serve in this committees count toward your overall office hours.
Senator Arias Gomez.
Is there an established date for this meeting at all?
Every Monday. Vice President Jimenez Aragon.
Yes, and if everyone would like more time to think of it, another option is to table the Senate representative for finance for our next meeting. Once we have a little bit more clarity on how the semester and how the finance committee will meet.
Senator Gabino.
I move to table the nomination and approval of a Senate representative for Finance Committee to next meeting.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Basilio. Is there any discussion on tabling this item? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of tabling the nomination and the approval for the Senate representative for Finance Committee, please raise your hand. Thank you. This item is tabled. Moving on to our Elections Committee, is there any nominations? Senator Basilio.
I know Senator Arias Gomez for Elections Committee.
Do you accept, Senator Arias Gomez?
Is there a set date for this as well, or?
No, so these committees don't have set dates. They are all based on what the chair's schedule looks like, as well as all of the committee members. So your schedule will be considered when creating the committee meeting times. And just a clarification, if you are to be selected as a Senate representative for the Elections Committee, you are not permitted to run for the 2026-2027 school year. So you cannot run for a Senate seat or any other position next semester, just so you all know. But do you accept the nomination?
Another question, what time would they meet if we have that available?
It's up to the chair. So that would be something that Chair Torres Peña would decide on.
Then I will say no.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other nominations? Senator Dominguez.
I nominate Senator Umana for the position.
Thank you, Senator Umana. Do you accept?
I do not, sorry.
Senator Quiroga.
I nominate myself for the Elections Committee, saying.
Thank you. Is there any do you accept? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of approving Senator Quiroga as the Senate representative for Elections Committee, please raise your hand. Thank you. All those opposed? All those abstained? Okay, this passes. Thank you. Now moving on to our judicial court nomination. Is there any nominations for judicial court?
I nominate Senator Vicente.
Senator,
I nominate Senator Vicente.
thank you. Senator Vicente, do you accept?
I have a question. So I'm sorry, all of this is pretty new to me, so I have no idea like how it even works. Like you said there's no set dates on meetings.
For judicial court, we haven't had a judicial court in the last year or so. So there is no set time for that meeting. However, because there is no Chief Justice, there is no judicial court, just so you know. So it would technically be up to the Chief Justice once they are onboarded.
Okay. I'll accept.
Okay, thank you. Is there any further nominations? Senator Dominguez.
I nominate myself.
Okay, do you accept?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Are there any further nominations? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we will turn it over to Senator Vicente if she would like to say a few words on why she would like to be in judicial court.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. I'm just very excited to go into something I'm not familiar with. Just because I do want to build, different skills and different experiences. So I feel like this would be a great chance for me to grow.
Thank you. Senator Dominguez, would you like to say a few words?
I had forgotten that you can only like be a Senate representative for one committee, and I'm actually hoping to be Senate representative for one of the following ones. So please don't vote for me.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to a vote. Those in favor of approving Senator Vicente as the Senate representative for judicial court, please raise your hand. Thank you. You may put your hands down. All those in favor of approving Senator Dominguez as the Senate representative for judicial court, please raise your hand. Okay, all those abstaining? Okay, thank you. Senator Vicente has been selected as the judicial court nomination. Moving on to the next line item, to nominate and approve the lobby court representative. Is there any nominations? Senator Gavino.
I'd like to nominate Senator Arias Gomez.
Thank you. Senator Arias Gomez, do you accept?
No.
Okay, thank you. Are there any further nominations? Senator Gavino.
I'd like to nominate Senator Cabrera Figueroa.
Thank you. Senator Cabrera Figueroa, do you accept?
I apologize, I decline.
Okay, thank you. Are there any further nominations? Senator Basilio.
I nominate myself.
Thank you. Are there any further nominations? Okay, seeing and hearing none, Senator Basilio, would you like to say a few words as to why you should be in lobby corps?
I had the opportunity to be a committee member last year and I liked it a lot, but I found out what lobby corps was too late, so I didn't get to do that one. And I kind of want to do it now. And the chair is cool, so yeah.
Okay, thank you. We will now move on to a vote. All those in favor of approving Senator Basilio as the lobby corps representative for the Senate, please raise your hand. Thank you. All those opposed? All those abstained? Thank you. This passes. Congratulations, Senator Basilio. Moving on to our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusions Committee to nominate and approve. Is there any nominations? Senator Basilio.
I nominate Senator for the DEI committee.
Thank you. Do you accept?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Are there any further nominations? Okay, seeing and hearing none, Senator, would you like to say a few words as to why you should be in the committee?
Since last semester, I've expressed interest in representing the LGBTQIA plus community. I've talked with the manager of the Pride Center to get more involved with their advisory committee that they have, and so I hope to represent the community as like within this role. Thank you.
Thank you. We will move on to a vote. All those in favor of approving Senator Dominguez as the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee Senate representative, please raise your hand. Thank you. All those opposed?
All those abstained? Okay, this passes. Congratulations, Senator Ramirez. Moving on to our Outreach and Recruitment Committee, are there any nominations? Senator Basilio.
I nominate Senator Kaka for the Outreach and Recruitment Committee.
Thank you, Senator Karka. Do you accept?
What does this consist of?
So our Outreach and Recruitment Committee is meant to be the committee that supports Senate and cabinet members when tabling. They also do a lot of the outreach for leadership specifically. They help with advertising any open positions, advertising events, and so forth.
I decline.
Okay, thank you. Are there any further nominations? Senator Roman.
I nominate my co-senator, Senator Contreras.
Thank you, Senator Contreras. Do you accept?
I accept.
Okay, thank you. Are there any further nominations? Senator Ramirez.
I nominate Senator Ramirez because during tabling, for the first 2 weeks, she did an amazing job, and so I think she'd be amazing for the role.
Thank you, Senator Ramirez. Do you accept?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Are there any nominations? Okay, seeing none, Senator Contreras, would you like to say a few words as to why you would like to be part of the committee?
I would just say I'm good for this role because I am a tour guide and I've been so for 2 semesters now. Trying to persuade students to come to CSUN as well as a student mentor for them to stay at CSUN. And I've also increased enrollment in my major as well, which was pretty unknown, and we've advertised it really well and more people know about it. So yeah, pretty much I would just like to be more involved in promoting and advertising for AS.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we will move on with the vote. All those in favor of approving Senator Contreras as the Outreach and Recruitment Committee Senate Representative, please raise your hand. Thank you. All those opposed? All those abstained? Okay, this passes. Congratulations to all of our Senate representatives. You should all hear from your respective chairs, hopefully soon. We will move past information items, discussion items, into legislative referrals. We will move to our first legislative referral from Senator Basilio, titled Standardized Follow-Through, to have the Internal Affairs Committee look over resolutions or recommendations passed by the previous board and make sure we follow through on commitments AS leadership has made. This is suggested to go to University Affairs. I will send it over to Internal Affairs. Going back to our next legislative referral from Senator Contreras, the AS Committee's promotion to require that each AS standing committee coordinate with AS Marketing to publish at least once a month for a outreach social media post. This will ensure students are informed about committee rules, projects, and opportunities. This is suggested to go to Internal Affairs, and Internal Affairs will go. Moving on to our next legislative referral called Club Storage, submitted by Senator Basilio, to establish a place in which campus clubs and orgs can rent a locker cubby to place materials they need throughout the day until they need to go home. This is suggested to go to University Affairs, and to University Affairs it will go. And our last legislative referral submitted by Senator Basilio at 1 a.m. titled Appointment Biographies, to standardize codified biographies for all appointments to allow the Senate to make informed and responsible decisions for the organization. This is suggested to go to University Affairs, but I will send it to Internal Affairs. Okay, those are all our legislative referrals. Just so you have legislative referrals, you guys can now submit them, and they are to be worked on through committee. Senator,
Was there a cutoff for submitting legislative referrals? Because I believe there's one that I submitted that was.
I've been trying to find it. I can't find it on my inbox. Would you mind sending it over again?
Yeah, I will.
If not, I will look over it again. I sent it over when I was struggling to use Outlook. So
Yeah, it was early July, so.
okay. Okay, thank you. I will look over it. You have it, Denise? Can you? I'm so sorry. That was very early. Okay, and this was our very first one from July. Submitted by Senator Gavino, titled Student Feedback on System-Wide AI Initiatives, to create a report or resolution including student feedback on the CSU's system-wide adoption of ChatGPT and other AI tools to evaluate the value of the $16.9 million contract with OpenAI and its implementation at CSUN in coordination with the CSUN Institutional AI Task Force. This was suggested to go to external affairs and to external affairs. Okay, that was our very last legislative referral. And we will now move on to announcements. Are there any announcements from the board? Senator Basilio.
Yeah, I forgot to give credit in one of my referrals, the club thing. Actually, the president of CTE, Andre, gave me the idea, and I was like, "Look, student government, look at that." So the credit is there. It's not my idea.
Okay, thank you. Are there any further announcements? Okay, just one final reminder, please remember to submit your Senate reports. This is a great Vice President to what you guys are up to, but also for any students that would like to learn more about you guys and have that transparency. Just a reminder that failure to submit 2 reports does count as half an absence, and those can definitely add up. And please submit your reports on time. And then just a reminder to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. Go eat some delicious Hispanic food, guys. But if there are no further announcements from the board, we'll move on to final call. Vice President Senator Abrams, here. Senator Arias Gomez.
Here.
Senator Antius. Here. Senator Basilio. Here. Senator Cabello.
Here.
Senator Contreras. Senator Kuhn. Here. Senator Dominguez.
Here.
Senator Garcia. Here. Senator Gavin.
Here.
Senator Katka. Here. Senator Kiro.
Here.
Senator Ramirez. Senator.
Here.
Senator Vicente. Here. Thank you. Thank you, and I now adjourn this meeting at 10:08 a.m. Go over time, thank you.